Let me see if I just hit go live. There we go. Oh, never mind. Yay. Okay, cool. I don't know what just happened. YouTube was trying to tell me live streaming wasn't available. But it seems to be available. Isn't it, YouTube? It seems to be available. Hello, my friend. Welcome to live chat. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Mother's Day to the moms out there and anybody who acts as a mom in a child's life. Happy Mother's Day to you. And if you act as a mom in a pet's life, happy Mother's Day to you. You're amazing. Today, we are going to be chatting about a little issue that came up. And I will say that I am a little biased on this one because I don't know Jaime French very well, but we have chatted here and there on the internets. And I'm a little biased on that direction, probably. I've never spoken with Alexis Stone, but I have talked to Jaime here and there, and this is probably going to lean toward Jaime a bit. I'm just letting you know that. But I just want to talk about it as a topic and get your input on it, though. What happened was that Jaime started a trend. Jaime started a trend. Yes, I said it's Jaime started a trend, which is called the Tiny Face Challenge. That is the trend that she started. Alexis Stone was very upset about it because I'm not sure of Alexis's pronouns. I'm just going to use they, them pronouns. If hopefully I don't mess up. I'm going to try really hard to do they, them pronouns because I've used he in the past, but I want to use they, them because I'm honestly not sure. They went on a big tirade because they wanted Jaime to give credit to them for all of that. For the Tiny Face Challenge that he did not create. But we're going to get into that. I'm going to tell you the whole story. We're going to get into it. And I thought we'd talk a little bit about Instant Influencer episode 3 because I thought it was there were some interesting choices made and I wanted to talk about it. All right, before we get going, I do want to let you know about channel memberships. If you are here live and you see people's names in green with a little red heart next to them, they are the Collective Brain Elite, which is a group that I created, and it's $1.99 a month to be a member of the channel. Do you get a lot? No, you just get your name in green with a little heart next to it in chat. You get to support the channel in these crazy times because they are crazy times. Believe it or not, YouTubers don't... a lot of people think that we all make lots and lots of money, and that's not necessarily true. It's not true here, at least right now especially. And my husband has his business closed right now. So if you would like to support the channel, that'd be great. If not, if you can't, it's no problem. You're supporting me very, very well. And I appreciate you just by being here, by watching my videos, by hitting the thumbs up button, by leaving a comment. That is a lot of support. So I appreciate you no matter what you can do. But that is something that I have opened up. And I want to thank you all so much for those of you that have become members. You also get a little heart next to your name when you leave a comment on videos, and I am able to sort comments by members, so I can pop all of the member comments into one place so that I can see member comments easier, which is kind of cool. There's things rolling down my steps. That's kind of weird. Okay, so anyway, let's say hello very quickly to the collective brain of Makeup Awesomeness, and then we're going to get into today's topic. There will be a timestamp on the replay. There's going to be a timestamp in the video description if you want to skip right to it. All right, good morning to Consuelo and Jennifer, member Mander, Jack. Good to see you. Happy Mother's Day from smoky parts of Florida. It's smoky in Florida? I don't know anything about that. I'm going to have to look that up. Kelly is here. Say hello to Nick for me. Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. Ginger is here and Consuelo and member Monica. Hi, my friend Monica. So good to see you. Happy Mother's Day to you. Amber, good morning to you. Jessica. Hi, Jess. One of our many Jesses. Hello, Jess. Hi, Amy. Teresa M.O., member Teresa M.O., member S. Jackson. Good to see you. Tanya is here. Jessica. I've been chatting with Jessica a little bit here and there on Twitter. Good to see you, member Jessica of the Elite. Good to see you. And Jess with your fabulous hearts. And Jennifer, good morning to you. And if I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much to the people that have joined as members since we started. Karen, I see you. Angeline, I see you. Erin, I see you. And Jocelyn. And Heather. And Eileen. And Ginger. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Thank you so much for being here. And Tammy Time Faces, happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so let's talk about this. Let me get into all my receipts. So Jaime uploaded this look. I remember she put it up on Twitter and she was like, "Can you see the tiny face?" And everybody's like, "We can't unsee the tiny face." Which I think this is just so cute and hilarious. Okay, so Jaime uploads this and she starts getting a lot of media attention from lots of news outlets, and she's on BuzzFeed and all different things for starting this challenge. Alexis is very upset. He leaves this comment underneath her video. Okay, and then ends up going on a rant, which I'm not going to post here, but it was, I believe, an Instagram story rant. I believe you can find it in different drama videos, but I'm not going to put it here. It's very, very, very long. I didn't watch it, all of it, honestly. Also put up this photo. I'm just letting you know there is a middle finger coming, so if you have children coming and you don't want them to see that, I'll let you know when it's gone. Put this up, and then also put this up, and turned himself into Jaime, and let's just say put on a suit to make his body look larger, which it makes me just sick in my stomach. Yeah, really went on a rant. So the question. Echo. Sorry. Okay, got it. All right. Every time I do that, it echoes and I forget. Okay. So why was he upset? And the reason why he's upset was because he started making these baby faces. Let me show you this. He did a baby Stormy face. I'm sorry, I keep using the pronoun he. Sorry, it's a habit because I've never talked about them publicly. So I never knew the pronoun, and because they are present as male a lot of times, I've always said he, and I apologize. I'm trying to switch over to they because I honestly don't know. They put up this Stormy baby face, which obviously is extremely skilled and beautiful and talented. And I don't think anybody questions Alexis's makeup skills. I don't think anybody would ever question that. I mean, Alexis is insanely talented. So this Stormy picture went viral, I guess. I don't remember seeing it, but that doesn't mean that it didn't go viral just because I didn't see it. And then they started doing a bunch of different ones, which I don't have the picture. I meant to get it. But there is a photo that they put up on their Instagram of a bunch of different faces like that, of these little baby faces. They did baby Angelina Jolie and baby Jeffree Star and baby all these different people, okay? So this is the thing. To me, that's not a baby face. That is not a baby. I don't think there's any comparison. They don't look anything. It's the same technique, but it's not the same thought. She's not trying to look like a baby. Like how? How is that the same thing? It's not the same thing. It's the same technique. And then we have, I just want to show you, Alexis's Yoda that was posted. This was posted 4 years ago by Crispy. And I don't believe Alexis gave Crispy credit. I think there's a lot more similarity there than there is between Jaime's challenge, her tiny face challenge, and his baby faces. And their baby faces. It doesn't even make any sense. I don't get it. So that's kind of where I sit on it. I also wanted to show you this that Jaime posted. Jaime got so much crap for not crediting. She actually said she saw it on Twitter, on TikTok. But if you look, all these people, including Alexis, which is the second comment on the left, all these people saying she should credit all different people. Apparently, Arielo Sanchez was actually the first person to do it. I mean, it's just... So my question to you is, where does it turn from having to credit someone versus just doing a technique? And I know that Jaime has talked over and over again about Kevin Aquan and kind of bringing contouring to the forefront. Should Alexis credit Kevin Aquan every time they contour? I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where when does something become just a technique and not a copy. Right? That's what I'm wondering. So let me go up and see what you all are saying. Okay. Home team says they have a history of complaining about stuff. Rhiannon says, I think Alexis is bitter because French went viral and was inspired by someone else whom she did credit. Yeah. But yeah, I felt really bad for Jamie too, Angela. Angela said, poor Jamie. Thank you for joining, Sylvia. Butterfly Whisperer, the whole giving credit thing is getting tedious and petty. And I think, though, that it is important to give credit. Like, for example, when we were talking about, what's her name? The lip artist. Her name went out of my head. It's collaborated with Smashbox with the dripping lips, and Kylie copied her. I don't know why, it's out of my head. And then the woman that does the traptorials. I looked it up this morning and her name keeps going out of my head. Chelsea Worthy with the traptorials. You know, when something is so incredibly unique that people go, wow, I've never seen anything like that. That's really hard to do. You know, when Vlada Haggerty, when Vlada started doing the dripping lip art, I had never seen anything like that before. This is just me. I mean, maybe it did exist before Vlada started doing it. When Chelsea started doing the traptorials, I'd never seen anything like that. Like, I think that needs to be credited. But when you're talking about something that's been done over and over and over again for years, you know, just illusion, makeup as an illusion has been done for so long. And the thing is, thank you everybody telling me Vlada. I appreciate you. So many people tell me Vlada. I couldn't think of it. I was a mess. And the thing is what Alexis did was a baby face. And it wasn't a challenge. What Jamie did was a tiny face challenge. She wasn't trying to make it a baby. If she said, I'm going to make my face into a baby, and then did a Stormy look, or a baby Angelina Jolie, or even a baby Yoda, I can see where their complaint would be, where Alexis's complaint would be. But it wasn't the same thing. So this is what irritates me, is that I have seen people like propping up Alexis for this. Like, yeah, you know, she should have credited you, blah, blah, blah. And it's like critical thinking, people, critical thinking. Or maybe they just don't have the background to be critical thinkers on it. I don't know. But people coming after Jamie, it bothers me so much. People going so far as to accuse her of being homophobic because she didn't credit Alexis. What? How? You know what I mean? I mean, when you take something that far to go after someone's character like that, like that's just sick. I don't think people realize the damage that something like that can do. You know, it's sick. It's just sick. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot. Smith says, YouTube beauty has become so petty. I agree. Sometimes it is so petty. Sometimes I think it's justified. Sometimes I think it's petty. Francesca, I feel like they should have contacted her and been an adult about it, you know? They really felt like they deserved credit. Yeah, I mean, but they did try to comment under her video. But it's like, you know, let's bring this to reality here. Like, I get it. You're upset that someone else is getting credit for a technique that you've done in the past. But they got props for doing the Stormy picture. It's not like, I don't know. Hello to Latina. Good to see you. Technically, Tracy, if credit should be given or not becomes a moot point once Alexis attacked Jamie by putting on a fat suit. Yeah, I mean, it was disgusting. Disgusting. It's awful. Mel says, I love Jamie. She's amazing. Alexis putting on that suit to mock her. Are you kidding me? I know. It was disgusting. Mimi says, the tiny faces are a little creepy, very artistic, but a little creepy. Yeah, I mean, well, Alexis does a lot of things that are a little creepy. If you look at Alexis's Instagram feed, there are so many things because Alexis is extremely good at illusion. Extremely good. Like sick talented. I don't think anybody is questioning that. Yeah. Tab says a caveman named Oog smeared mud on his face. Do we have to give him credit for inventing contouring? It's kind of like that, you know? I mean, I don't see the argument defending Alexis on this. I don't see it at all. I watched a video that I'm not even going to mention. Well, Rich Lux's video defending Alexis. You know, I am friendly with Rich, meaning that we have DM'd back and forth a couple of times. I met him once. We had a 3-sentence conversation back and forth. I don't agree with everything Rich Lux does, obviously. I'm not mad at him. I'm not like, you know, starting to fight with him, but I thought his video was not very kind. I didn't agree with anything he said, and I don't like that he didn't say Jamie's name in his video. He said that that girl or something, like Jamie was, you know, insignificant in the story. I mean, it just icked me out. And I should have talked to Rich before I said that. I should have, but I didn't know I was going to say it till I just said it, and it's live. But that bothered me. You know, like that he called her that girl or something like that, or, you know, and didn't even name her name. But Rich and I are friendly. I'm not trying to start beef with Rich. But that I didn't like, I don't see the argument for Alexis here. I just don't. I don't get it. Christine says all the talent in the world does not make up for being a horrible person. I agree. I mean, I don't know what kind of person that Alexis is. I know Alexis presents themselves to not be a very good person, but I don't know Alexis. And that's one thing I try really hard not to do, is judge someone as a human based on what they present on the internet. But it's like that, if that's all you show is that this is the kind of person you are, then that's all we have to go by. I mean, I don't know Alexis at all, so I can't say anything. Yeah, Windy City gal Diana says he's upset because the number of views she got. Maybe if they weren't so petty, then they'd be a hotter commodity. I mean, I don't understand why Alexis doesn't have even more followers than they do, because they are ridiculously talented. They overstep boundaries, and that's when they lost credibility. I agree. Angel says just because you're talented doesn't mean you're a good person. They've shown that they are not kind or classy. So I think I haven't seen anybody arguing the other side, because I would love to hear the other side. And if you're watching this on the replay and you feel like Alexis was in the right, I would love to hear your point of view, because I don't get it at all. I don't. And I think Jamie comes up with some of the most interesting and unique videos. I mean, it's clear that she is, she's trying to, like, she's so funny just naturally. And it's like, it's funny how she builds that humor in and kind of plays on pop culture. And you can tell just how much fun she's having with her content, you know, and you know, coming up with all these viral ideas like the tiny hands challenge and that 90s makeup tutorial that she did. And she's done so many really cool things. And I give her so much credit for that, because I don't think like that. I don't have that kind of brain that I can think in that direction. And I just give Jamie a lot of credit for that. Jess, welcome to the Collective Brain Elite. I appreciate you so much. Melissa says Jamie is so inspiring. She's never involved in drama, and if Alexis wanted credit, they could have reached out in a DM or something. Yeah, I don't think that they would do that. Omnidoll, welcome to the Collective Brain Elite. Thank you so much. Butterfly Whisper says, I wonder if giving credit ever backfired on someone when someone used the technique and did it horribly and then credited the creator for the idea. LOL. That's a really good point. I don't know. That's really funny, though. I didn't even think about that. Daddy UK, Jamie has the personality to make her videos viral. He's jealous of reviews. And I think that that's a really good point, because I think that if you watch Jamie's video, it wasn't just the technique that made the video successful. It was Jamie that made the video successful. It was Jamie's humor, the way that she presented it. It was not necessarily the technique as much as it was Jamie herself. And like, I'm jealous of that in Jamie, that she has that kind of like ability to be hilarious. Like, I want to be hilarious so bad, and I'm just not. I have a little bit of a dry sense of humor that can kind of pop in and out, and I can, you know, crack a joke here and there, but I'm not funny like that. So I get it. But, you know, I don't know. Wendy says, I think people need to communicate better. Instead of saying where is the credit for this person, etc., why not just say, hey, community, also watch this YouTuber who did something similar? That's a really good point, Wendy. Really good point. All right, so now I would like to take a little bit of a break since I think we're all kind of in agreement. I'm surprised that I haven't seen a single person that I've seen, at least in the people that are here live, talking about Alexis's side. I think we're all in agreement, and we're just kind of going to start repeating ourselves. So let's take a little bit of a break, and I'm going to tell you what's on my face, and then we're going to talk about Instant Influencer episode 3, and then we'll pop topics and talk about whatever you'd like to talk about. So, on my eyes today, I used the Subculture palette because I haven't used it in forever and I wanted to use it. So I used Dawn in my crease, and then I used Destiny on the outer corner. I used a little bit of Roxy kind of in the outer corner, up a little bit. On my lower lash line, I have Destiny and Edge. And then, and on my lids, I have Electric, which is what you're seeing on this side. And it's fun. I actually had fun with this. I'm scared of this palette. I don't know about you, but I'm scared of this palette. I was like, do I really want to do this and risk just causing mud all over my eyes? But I did it. I feel like I did okay. It looks all right. So I used Subculture today. On my cheeks today, I use the Uma Beauty. Oh, this was purchased. This is the Uma Beauty Contour Stick. I did just do a huge purchase of a bunch of Uma Beauty products. They had an up to 80% off sale, and I bought a bunch of stuff. They are having shipping delays because of all of the orders and everything going in, but as soon as I get my Uma Beauty stuff, I'm going to be doing a brand review. I have to get used to them and get to know them a bit, and then I'm going to do a brand review for Uma Beauty, which I'm really excited about. At first, when I got this, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I was having trouble working with it, but once I figured it out, I was good. I've talked about that before, but my shade here is number 3, and it's called White Pearl, and really like that. That is my big purchase. I think I spent like $60, $70, $80, something like that at Uma Beauty a few weeks ago, and that's going to be my purchase for this month. I'm not purchasing a lot of makeup right now because, we got to pay the mortgage. So anyway, all right, rest on my cheeks. This was sent in PR. This is the M Cosmetics Heaven's Glow Faded Clementine. This is, I thought it was going to be a highlighter, but it's more of a blush. I think I might have even used this last week. Really enjoying this. My highlight today is by Pop Luxe. This is the Double Life highlighter. It is so beautiful. It's not a from space kind of highlighter, but it is very glowy. It blends into the skin really beautifully. You can see it's got like a pinky peachy sheen, and that's why it's Double Life, because one side, I don't know if you can see on my hand because there's a little bit of a delay, but if one way it's pink, and then if you shift a bit, it turns peach. So that's why it's called Double Life, I believe. It's absolutely beautiful. If you do not know Nady over at Pop Luxe, if you don't know his brand, highly recommend you go check it out. This was PR, this was purchased, but I do know Nady, and then and I've met him before. I would consider Nady a friend of mine. This liquid lipstick is from Sigma. This is PR. This is what I'm wearing on my lips today. And this is the Corda Rosa shade from their Corda Rosa collection. And that's all that's on my lips today. So, all right, let's go ahead and go to topic number 2, which is Instant Influencer. I was a little hesitant on this one. I did not watch episode 2. I got busy and just didn't watch it, but I did watch last night after I was done editing, watched Inception with my husband for the first time. Such a weird movie, but at the end, I felt happy that I watched it. About half of the movie, if you've ever seen Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio, for about half the movie, I was very confused and not sure where it was going. But by the end, I was like, okay, I get it. And I'm glad I watched it. It was one of those kind of like Memento. If you ever saw that movie Memento, where it like starts at the end of the movie and then works its way to the beginning. It's kind of the way I felt with Inception. I don't know. But anyway, we watched Inception last night, and then I watched Instant Influencer on double speed before I went to bed, so that I could kind of be prepared for this video. I wanted to talk about it a bit because I saw that they were doing apology videos, and I was like, really? Are we really going to turn apology videos into something that people need to train for? Like, it just hit me wrong. But I watched it, and honestly, I wasn't as upset about it as I thought I would be. So let's just take a little watch of some of Instant Influencer. Let's watch just a tiny bit.
Good morning, artists.
Good morning.
We have to talk. So last night, I got a chance to look back at the footage from last week's episode, and I saw what you guys did. You all look really confused. You know what you did. I honestly feel like you all owe me an apology. And scene.
Oh my God.
Really got me, Jamie.
Jesus
Really
Christ.
did.
The blood went away from my extremities. I don't know what was happening. It was a hot mess, but he deserves it.
God.
On each of your workstations, you will open up a compact, and I have randomly assigned each one of you a minor scandal. Okay. You guys are going to have 15 minutes to run anywhere you want on set and to film a 1-minute, no editing, apology video.
I like this.
All right, artists.
Missed your own meet and greet. Oh, look, I just got beat up. Caught over editing your photos.
Filming a second apology video to say sorry for putting ads in the first one.
All right. So you get the point, okay? So this is... Okay, so like... I'm kind of torn because James has a point that as an influencer, especially a larger influencer, chances are you're going to make some kind of mistake because nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, you know, and nobody is like, we all have things that we haven't learned yet, or things that we need to be more educated on, or, you know, stuff like that. We all have things. So the more you put yourself out there and the more you express yourself and the more you show who you are, the more likely there's going to be something people are going to see that they don't like. And it may be bad enough that you need to apologize for it. But the thing is, I don't know. I just feel like it's not something people should practice for, I guess. I guess it's one of those things that it takes away. It just kind of shows that influencers apologizing, you know, how real really is it if this is something that we feel we need, that influencers need to practice for? You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of it being, oh my gosh, I messed up and I genuinely feel like I need to apologize for something, it's like, okay, how do I get myself out of the situation? And I think that's where a lot of people find apology videos. Sometimes they're very skeptical of them for good reason, because is the person actually sorry, or are they trying to get themselves out of a problem? That's the question. And it comes down to is the person really truly sorry? Because the person really could be truly sorry, or are they just a good actor? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like, you know, like, it's just kind of, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. And I want to know what you all feel about it. I don't know. Yeah, Fatima says, get out the gray hoodie. I don't know. Janet says, proves he is good at faking it. Fake it to make it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, Cosmic Slice, this looks a little skeevy. Go learn how to fake sincerity. Yeah, I think that's a really good point, Cosmic Slice. I think that's kind of the way that I feel about it. Tanya, I'm literally nauseous over this intro. Yeah, like, I get it. Like, I get it. See, this is the thing. I think this is something we need to realize about instant influencer. And it's not, you know, there's nothing else we can expect. This is what an influencer is from the perspective of James Charles, because it's his show. So that makes sense, right? It's his perspective of what an influencer is. So that's what we're learning. But I think as viewers, we need to understand that this isn't what all influencers are. This is just James's impression of what influencers are. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just, okay. Diana, welcome to the Collective Brain Elite. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Rosario says, so James just proved he can fake it. Honestly, like, I don't know. I wasn't buying it, but I don't know. AD said, but it's not all episode. Yeah, you're right. It is not the whole episode. That's just and that's important to mention, AD, is that that's just the very beginning of the episode. There's a lot more after that. So the way he does it is there's like an intro challenge that gives them an advantage in the next round. So that's just the beginning of it. That's only the beginning of the show. And then later on, there's a second challenge that takes up most of the video. So it's not the whole thing. They do a collab video is what the second half of the video is. So, I guess the first challenge is supposed to be a little sillier almost, but I feel like apology videos aren't really supposed to be silly. I don't know. There's something weird in my head that just doesn't fit right. And I'm trying to like figure it out. You know, when you're like in a stage of figuring out how you feel about something and your brain just kind of goes back and forth of like, how do I feel about this kind of thing? Ashley, welcome to the elite. Thank you. Wendy, welcome to the elite. Thank you. Britt says, I don't know. Britt Clark has a YouTube channel. Go check it out. She says, I don't know. I don't like this idea of the show. It paints all influencers in an unrealistic way. Not all beauty influencers are instantly talented with makeup. Some are just real. That's true. I mean, I don't know if that was the way that he presented it, though. I feel like, he picked these people because they're talented. That's why they're on the show. Like, I'm still not talented at all with makeup. Everything that I do with makeup is because I have practiced and I have learned to get to the point that I'm at. But I have no artistic eye at all. I have to follow a pattern in order to do makeup. I can't see the things that people that are talented can see. Yeah, Lauren says, I think it's kind of messed up that they're trying to say that you will have a scandal if you're an influencer. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that that's necessarily true, that people will have an scandal. I understand. But have you noticed the biggest influencers have had scandals? And I think it's because, the more eyes you're in front of, the more people are going to be critical of the things that you do. And the bigger spread your scandals can be, that they get really big because more people have seen it. You have more eyes on you. And also people dig. When you become really popular, people dig into your past. I mean, we know this. And if you dig far enough, a lot of people do have things that they've said and done in their past, especially if they're younger, because it's all recorded on the internet. If you were a teenager in, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, then chances are you said something dumb on the internet. And I don't think everybody has, though. That's the thing, is I really don't think everybody has. Like, honestly, like, I would be shocked if anybody found anything that I ever said. I would be shocked. Like, I really don't think I ever said, like people, like how people, uncover people saying the N-word. Like, I would never, from a small child, like that was just, no, you just don't say that word. Like whenever I hear it, I cringe, like I would never, like no one is ever going to find any instance of me saying that because it makes me disgusted to even hear it, So like, I don't get why there's so many people that are uncovered saying that word, I don't know. We're going into on kind of off on a tangent a bit. Roxy, welcome. Thank you so much. Lena says Jamie's favorite was someone who used fake tears. What? Oh, James's favorite was someone that used fake tears. That's what I have a problem with. Yes. So the one contestant, he like made it like bigger and funnier and like a parody almost of an apology video, and he's the one that won. Sorry if that was a spoiler. I should have given a spoiler alert. Sorry. Jenny says the big influencers gain a following from those scandals. It's not right in my opinion, but I guess that's how it works. It is how it works, Jenny. Isn't that crazy? That's how it works. And it seems like there's certain people, like when you get to a certain level, when I say level, meaning a certain amount of people watching you, like some of these being scandalous, like they really can't come down from it. It's like nothing will bring them down, and it actually seems to bring them up. It's crazy, isn't it? It's like the more cruddy you look, the more people watch you. Like almost like watching a train wreck kind of thing, like watching to see what's going to happen with this person, what's the next scandal going to be, like watching a fictional character instead of watching an actual human being. You know, it's entertainment at that point. And it's like, I don't know if I ever want to be entertainment like that, you know? Like, I don't think I could do that. Like, that's just not, I don't know. I don't personally get it. I'm just saying that I just don't personally get it. But you're absolutely right. I think that influencers, once they get to a certain point, those scandals do help them. I mean, we talked about this the other week about like Jake and Logan Paul, and I'll even throw Trisha Paytas in there. You know, Trisha Paytas has done some things, and I don't know Trisha at all. I've never had contact with her at all. But this is kind of the way I feel. I feel like she does things specifically to hurt people. And this is what I would imagine in my own head. The logic is, if you let, like, I'm going to pretend I'm her right now. If you let my behavior cause emotion in you and cause you to be hurt, then that's your fault. That's the vibe I get. You know, and maybe even from Jake and Logan Paul and all these people that have these big scandals, it's like, almost like it's on you if you let me upset you. Instead of taking any responsibility for reach and misinformation and all of those things. I don't know. That's kind of the way that I feel about it. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. You know, how people can be so inconsiderate of other people's feelings and so self-absorbed and then gain from it. And the only way that society can say that this is not okay is to not interact and not spread their name further. And I am spreading names further. I spread 3 names today further in that way. You know, but I think the only way for us to say that's not okay is to not let them rise because of the scandals. But we as humans in human nature, that's just what we do, unfortunately. So, I mean, really the only way is to not give them what they want, which is more money, more power, more attention, more views, all of that, more followers. So, I don't know. It's absolutely crazy to me. Absolutely insane. All right, so we've got about 20 minutes left. I apologize, my coffee cup is so gross looking. I made myself an espresso this morning, and it was very pretty when I made it. And that's why I made it, is because I thought, oh, you know, I'll make an espresso and it'll look all whipped and beautiful. It looks so ugly now, and I apologize. But it's just like leftover, like froth from the coffee. That's why it looks like that, but... Yeah, Ashley says Miley Cyrus said it best, any press is good press, it gets you noticed. Yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily true with people that have smaller followings. You know, like if you look at, like, let's say Thomas Halbert, and I interviewed Thomas Halbert, if you ever want to see me kind of going back and forth with him about it. I feel like, you know, he got hit with all these scandals and he didn't grow more because of it. And honestly, I can tell you why I think it's because he actually has a conscience and he actually felt truly bad about choices that he made. And I think people are less forgiving of somebody who actually feels bad. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Comic Slices never apologize for coffee. Britt says the same thing. Britt says the same thing. You guys are so funny. Lucinda, it's kind of ironic though. The first part of this chat was in fierce defense of Jamie, who didn't credit someone because everyone likes her. James Charles got roasted not so long ago for the same thing. Okay. I don't think that's accurate, Lucinda. And let me tell you why. Because Jamie didn't credit someone because everyone likes her. I don't think that's accurate. I don't think Jamie should have credited Alexis because, number one, Alexis wasn't the inspiration for what she did. And number two, what Alexis did isn't anything like what Jamie did overall beyond a very basic, not basic, but a technique. So it's not because everybody likes Jamie that people are defending Jamie. It's because I truly believe that Jamie was right. And maybe I do have some biases in there that are making me lean toward Jaime. Maybe. But I do think that I could be critical of Jaime if I thought she was wrong. I do think so. I think I could be critical of her, but I honestly don't think she was wrong in the situation, because I don't think that the work Alexis has done versus the work Jaime has done are similar enough for there to be credit. Right? I don't think it's the same as the dripping lips or the Traptorials, where it's the same thing, just completely bitten off. You know what I'm saying? So James got roasted not so long ago because it was a very close copy. So, like, for example, I got really upset with James with the whole copying off of the Rupee sisters, their arrangement, that he didn't credit them. He sang the national anthem. You can look up all this. He sang the national anthem and said that he had created it. He had stayed up all night to create it. I did a whole live stream about it. He stayed up all night to create it. But it turns out, later on, he even said that he had heard the arrangement before from the Rupee sisters, but he didn't give them credit for it. It was the exact same arrangement, the exact same notes in the exact same order. That is a copy. That's the difference there for me. But I appreciate you bringing that up, Lucinda, because I'm sure you're not alone in having thought that. So thank you so much for bringing that up. But I don't think that's exactly what was happening. That's my opinion anyway. I mean, you have an absolute right to your opinion. Yeah. Yeah, Lana says, Nikki Tutorials got roasted not long ago for just a minute for not giving credit for something, and it was over before it started. Yeah, and I think that people can see when something is a direct copy versus when things are, it's just a technique. It's just something that has been done many, many times. Yeah, and Kabara says James is notorious for copying others and taking others' content. Yeah, and I've seen him criticized for copying different makeup looks where it's the exact same thing, and then later on he'll say, yeah, I did like this part. Like, I don't understand how hard it is to, when you really truly get inspired by somebody, to say this is this was inspired by this person. Like, for example, when I did, I'm just thinking this off the top of my head. I did a video where I wanted to give you an explanation of what I was going to do during the pandemic and everything, what I was going to do with my channel, how things were going to go. And the reason why I created it was because Jessica Braun had created a very similar video. And I said in the very beginning, this video was inspired by Jessica Braun's, did this for her channel, and I want to do it for mine. How hard is it to do that? It doesn't take anything away from me. I don't know. It just, it's just all, Donna, I try hard in my videos to say PC things as to not offend any person when talking about price of item, skin tone, how to use item, who needs makeup, etc. I mean, I don't think that it's about, I think this is the thing about PC. I feel like when we put it in a box of PC, it means that we're doing something in order to please someone else, kind of thing. But I feel like it's just kindness. It's just being considerate. It's just being thoughtful. It's being aware of people that may have different struggles than you do. And I think when we put it in a box of PC, it's almost like saying, I'm just doing this because I know I have to. But I totally get what you're saying. I mean, and I think that it's important to be considerate of other people and to be thoughtful of other people that may need something different or want something different or, have a different perspective. I think that's important. Yeah, Lee says Jaime is the kind of person who has zero problem crediting people and has repeatedly. It'd be different if she'd done this before, but she hasn't. Yeah, and the thing is even if she gets in this kind of situation again, very similar, I don't think that this should be held, this is my opinion, I don't think that this should be held against her as a not giving credit to Alexis thing. I honestly don't. And it's not just because I like Jaime, it's because I don't think that what she did was the same thing as what Alexis did. If she, like I said before, if she did a baby face challenge, if she did, a creating Stormy challenge, I don't know. But it was just, I feel like it's different enough. That's my opinion. Hannah says, yeah, Jen, but the fact that these new terms like they instead of he can upset people just as much as the N-word these days. But but this is the thing, okay? And I feel like if we know, this is my opinion, if we know that a certain word or a certain action hurts somebody, why wouldn't we try to not hurt them? Even if we don't understand it, even if we may not get it, why would we do something knowing that it might hurt somebody? It's kind of like the Trisha Paytas thing, where we were talking about how she does things, and if you get upset by what she does, that's your fault. I personally don't agree with that. I think that that's messed up. And it's the same thing with using proper pronouns. I feel like even if you don't understand it, if you know you can avoid causing pain in another human being, why not? Why not do it? Why not be considerate? Why not be thoughtful? Why not be caring? If it's just the change of one word in what you choose to say, why not do it? I don't know. That's just the way that I feel. But I mean, everybody has a different opinion, and it's okay to have a different opinion. Liz's luscious life. Yeah, let's talk about people we love now. We can talk about people we love. Who do you love? We got 13 minutes left. 15 minutes left because I came on a couple minutes late. Monica says, sorry, what is the Stormy thing, the name of that face? Stormy, the Kylie Jenner's child. We showed it earlier. Alexis had done a small little Stormy face that did well. Heather says, because hurting can be vaguely interpreted and then used against people to create more scandals later. I don't know. Hurting can be vaguely interpreted because I think what hurts one person may not hurt another person, so it's all subjective. But I think if you know that something causes pain in another human being, why should we be doing that? I don't know. That's my opinion. Dark Angel, no, there are some people that are way too sensitive. I'm not a fan of PC culture. I don't go out of my way to offend, but I'm over the extremely sensitive. And there are a lot of people that agree with you. I just don't. And that's okay. It's okay to have different opinions. I mean, I think that when you're in a situation where you are the one who's hurt, I think it creates a different perspective. Or when someone you know is hurt, I think it creates a different perspective. I think when something touches your life in a way, it makes you more aware of how things can hurt people. And if you've never experienced that, it's hard to have that perspective. That's my thought. I don't know. Amanda Pants loves Samantha Ravindall and Kathleen Lights. Awesome. I would love to do, did I tell you this? I think I told you this last week. I'm working on my next video of Why Do People Watch. It's going to be on Taylor Wynn. Very, very excited. And I have been in touch with Taylor and she's helping me with it a little bit, making sure I get my facts accurate. She doesn't know what I'm going to say. She doesn't know the content of the video, but and I'll say it in the video, where she helped me a little bit because I'm not going to go into it too much, but I had some questions on a lot of her earlier content and she's kind of giving me answers so that I can make sure that it's accurate. And I'm really excited to do Taylor Wynn. I would love to do Samantha Ravindall one day. I think that would be amazing. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. Teresa says, simply nailogical, broke a nail. Let's pray for her. I did see that. It's so funny. People love her so much that she'll make thousands of dollars off of a video that she broke her nail. I haven't watched it. All I saw was the thumbnail, but it's just so funny how some people are so loved. And I think Christine is one of those people that is just so incredibly loved. She just seems like an amazing person. Teresa says, I love the new podcast episode by Christine and Ben about their experience with YouTuber collabs. I saw that existed and I haven't watched it yet. Francesca says, I think a lot of time people react without thinking about how it may affect the other person or even taking a moment to wonder if it's even worth the attack. Choose your battles, I say. Yeah, totally. Totally. Diamond Doll, who is Taylor Wynn? Look her up. She's amazing. And then the thing too, I got a comment from a couple of people that for my Why Do People Watch series that they'd never heard of Kathleen, they'd never heard of Jackie, and they'd never heard of Christy, and that I didn't know my audience because they didn't know any of those people. but it was like there were like hundreds of comments of people that love those people, so I don't know about that. But but there's probably going to be somebody that I cover that you don't know, but just know that the people that I cover in that series are people that were highly requested. So they're probably highly requested for a reason. So it may not be a bad idea to go check out their channel and see if you would like it if you've never heard of them. But there's going to be lots of different people. Yeah, Amy says, like the saying goes, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. I agree. I think sometimes we're unkind in ways we don't realize we're being unkind until we're educated that we're being unkind, or until we look in hindsight and go, oh my gosh, that was unkind. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. In cuspum, humor and warmth attracts viewers and likes too. True. Angela says, please look at Emily Noel, 1 million and still a mom and nice person. I collabed with Emily. I actually went to Emily's house. Emily was the inspiration for What's Up in Makeup. Well, one of the inspirations for What's Up in Makeup. I'll tell you my Emily story. I told her this when I went over and hung out with her, that we went and had a beer and some barbecue together, which was so cool to like sit and have a beer and barbecue with Emily Noel 83. It was like surreal, absolutely surreal. So the reason why What's Up in Makeup existed was because I was watching a lot of Emily Noel 83, and somehow she knew about new releases. And I'm like, how does she know about all these things? Like, how does she know about all these new releases? Wouldn't it be cool to have a makeup news show where you talked about all the new releases? Like, I wish that existed. I wish a makeup news show existed so that I would know what was new, so I would know what I could review on the channel. And I was like, what if I made that? What if I made that happen? What if I made a makeup news show? And that's how What's Up in Makeup came to be. So I asked some of my subscribers to help me with it. People that I had become close to through them commenting on my videos. There is nobody left from the original team, which makes me really sad. We lost our last original member, I guess, about a year ago. We lost Susan. But yeah, I mean, we turned it. If you watch the very early episodes of What's Up in Makeup, they're really nothing like what it is now. There was no top news. There was no lightning round. The lightning round came actually a lot later. But yeah, that Emily is the reason why What's Up in Makeup exists. So, yeah. Let's see. Sarah says, would you ever do a What's Up in Beauty coincided hitting some nail industry stuff? No. And I'll tell you why. Because people don't watch nail content. That's why you can't find it anymore. Is because whenever I have done nail content, it has gotten a very small fraction of views. It's I would probably do a What's Up in Skincare before I did a What's Up in Makeup, but honestly, What's Up in Makeup takes so much work from so many people that it's just not it's not something that I would have to create a whole new team to do a whole new What's Up in Skincare or a What's Up in Nail Polish or whatever. It would take up so much space on the channel. I can only create so much content in a week. So that would be the majority of the content on the channel. It means there would be less reviews, the new series of why people watch, I can only do so much on the channel. So that's why I haven't done like a What's Up in Nails or What's Up in Skincare. I specifically wouldn't do nails because there's just such a smaller audience for that. And I have to get like a return on investment kind of situation on it. So it's kind of sad how it has to be like that, but Heidi says, Emily is amazing, but she never promotes her channel. She never says to subscribe to her channel. I feel like she feels okay because she has millions of subscribers. Okay. I noticed that she doesn't promote her channel, but honestly, I don't think it's because she feels like she's okay because she has a million subscribers. I think Emily is just very old school, She wants people to subscribe because they genuinely want to subscribe, because they genuinely want to watch her videos, because they genuinely connect with her, and she doesn't buy into the whole I need to market myself thing. She is a genuine soul. She is the Emily Noels are very rare in this world. She's very rare. She just doesn't want to be involved in drama. She doesn't want to, I don't think she's rarely on Twitter, if ever. She wants to just do her thing in her own space with her people. She's amazing. She's an amazing person. Sarah's Nail Secret says, tell me about it. I know, right? Just says James Welch does great vids on skincare. Yes. And if you are on Twitter and you don't follow James and Oh my gosh, name went out of my head. James and his brother. Oh my gosh, why am I such a jerk? Robert, if you don't follow them on Twitter, they are so funny. The way that they razz each other, it's really funny. It's really funny. Natural Head One, I think you should create a segment on yourself. Never gonna happen. Sounds easy, but I think it would be a challenge. It would be a challenge, but I wouldn't do that. I'm not very big on like talking about myself. I don't know. It's just that'd be weird to me. Melissa, did I say welcome to the Collective Brain Elite? Welcome to the Collective Brain Elite, Melissa. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Amy says, I love my nail stuff. Yeah, there are a lot of people that do, but it's such a smaller group. Allie Glines is another one. Yeah, Allie Glines gets a lot of recommendations. I don't even know if I've ever watched her channel, but she does get a lot of people wanting me to do stuff on her, like the series with her. Diamond Doll, people don't watch nail content because nail salons are so popular and available. It's true. That's a really good point that I hadn't thought of, is that, you just go get somebody to do it for you. Like, why learn how to do it kind of thing. But it is fun. I used to do a bunch of nail art stuff. That's why I had nail polish behind me for so long, is I actually used to do a lot of nail stuff. I have a video on nail stamping, if you're ever curious. That was a phase of my life that I really enjoyed. I do wish nail content was more popular, Sarah, totally. Yeah, the Welsh twins are hilarious. They're wonderful. Susan says, random, but what's the clicking background noise on Jackie Ina's videos? I believe it is the autofocus on her camera. Trying to find more things. Hannah says, I completely agree. I'm just saying some of us get in trouble because we don't know and we use the wrong reference because everything seems to upset people. I would never purposely hurt someone with a word. Yeah, there you go. So totally get that. And the thing is what we do at that point is we go, oh, I didn't know that this was something that could upset people. And then, in my opinion, this is just me, then what I try to do is, if I realize I've used the wrong word, like earlier how it was like, oh my gosh, I actually was saying he and I was trying to say them and they and I messed up, is to just try to fix it. And it really didn't take that much effort. It's just making a conscious choice to say, okay, because I'm not sure, I'm going to say they, them pronouns because I'm not sure. And it's just a respect kind of thing. And it's okay if you make a mistake. I mean, we can't all know everything about everything. It's impossible. It's impossible. There's so many things I know nothing about. Like I know nothing about cars. Like I know there's an engine and I know you put gas in it and I know that I can put air in my tires if they get low. And like, I know I need to change my oil. Like I know nothing about cars. There's so many topics I know nothing about. So when someone says, hey, actually it's supposed to be this, or like if I pronounce something wrong, like ahava. Did you know it's ahava? I didn't know that. Someone corrected me. And they were like, it's actually ahava. It's a Jewish word apparently, because it's like Dead Sea and all of that. I believe they said it's a Jewish word. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Being Jewish, you would think I would know this. My mother's side of the family is Jewish, but I don't know. So it's ahava. So now I'm going to say ahava because that's correct. You can't know everything about everything. You make changes. Robbie says, exactly. You can't know everything. So if you don't know why you're making so much effort, what's the reason behind that? If you don't know why you're making so much effort, what's the reason behind that? Well, I think it's just a respect thing. I think it's just, you don't necessarily need to understand why. I think you should make an effort to understand why. If someone says, hey, I would rather you use a they, them pronoun for me, or I would rather you not use this word because it's derogatory, I think that it's probably a considerate thing. It is a considerate thing to look into why. But I don't think we necessarily need to understand 100% why. If something upsets somebody, you just say, okay, well, I'll try to not upset you. And that's just me. I know not everybody will agree with me, and I know I'm going to get roasted in my own comment section because not everybody's going to agree with that. But that's just the way that I personally feel. As Jackson says, L'Occitane. I've been saying it wrong for years. And it's funny because I did that video on the hand creams and I put in the proof that I was saying L'Occitane correctly. And then there was like 2 or 3 other things like Ahava that I was saying wrong. And it was like, well, at least no one corrected me on L'Occitane. But there's always things. There's always things. You know, we're never going to know everything. We have to be in a constant state of learning. And I think that sometimes maybe being a little more patient with each other, depending on what the situation is, I think that might be helpful as well. And just kind of say, hey, you know, if you wouldn't mind, would you say this instead of that? Manapant says, all my trans-binary friends just correct you, and as long as you say, okay, sorry, I'll say they, them now, then it's all good. The idea they will freak out on you is perpetuated by the internet. Yeah, and I think because sometimes, especially on the Twitters, there is a lot of freaking out sometimes. And I think it's also the response. When you say, okay, sorry, I'll say they, them now, I think that's a kind response. But to look at that person and say, no, that's ridiculous, I don't think that, you know, you should need that pronoun change. I think that's where a lot of anger stems, because it's like I just asked you really nicely to do something that would make me feel better and more comfortable, and you're telling me no. And it's not a hard change. It doesn't cost any money, you know. I don't know. That's just my thought. Cosmic Slice says, if we're always worried about causing offense, though, we'd still have blasphemy laws. Sometimes you have to push the Overton window, too. I don't really know what that means. I don't know that reference. I'm sorry. If we're always worried about causing offense, I don't think it comes down to always worried about causing offense. I think that it's one of those things where when you're altering your language in order to be kind, it's really not like a always worried kind of situation, because you're constantly in a state of learning. And when you realize that something isn't, maybe things have changed a bit on how to say certain things or whatever, I don't think that it's necessarily like always worried about causing offense, because I don't feel like I'm always worried about causing offense, because I feel like being open-minded to the changes makes you less worried about causing offense, because you know that if you do accidentally say something that upsets somebody, that you're willing to mold and change and say things just a little bit differently. And about the blasphemy laws, I don't think that it should be illegal. I don't think, you know, I feel like, I don't know, that gets a little tricky though with laws. I mean, I just think that it's not illegal to be unkind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. All right, it is 1 minute after the hour, and it's Mother's Day. I'm gonna go spend some time with my family. Thank you all so much for being here. And I know, and it's okay. It's okay to disagree with me. It's okay. I just ask that you be kind in the comment section down below, because I know that some people are going to strongly disagree. But it's okay to have different opinions. It's okay to believe different things. And I think we just need to be open to listening to each other and listening to a different way. And just, even if it's just understanding the other point of view, even if we don't necessarily change our mind about it, but at least just being open to understanding that there is a different point of view and respecting that. So thank you guys so much for being here, and mad love to you. I know this was a very interesting chat as far as the topics. It got a little sticky. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking to you, and I will see you next Sunday for another live chat. And Taylor's video should be up this week, and then I'm not sure what the other video is going to be. I have a couple of different choices. I think it might be, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say it because I don't want to be wrong, but yeah. Thank you for being here. Mad love to you. Have a great week. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay safe, and I will see you soon.